Your name, your address, and your phone number are floating around the internet. Easy for strangers, scammers, and companies you've never heard of to find. Data brokers and shady databases collect and sell your private details to anyone willing to pay, putting you at risk of nonstop spam, scams, and fraud. You can't stop them from collecting data, but you can control who gets to keep it. That's why I use Incogni. They remove your private information from more than 420 of these sites automatically. And with their unlimited plan, you get total coverage. If you spot your personal details anywhere else online, just send them the link, and their privacy experts will get it taken down. It's the easiest, most complete way to protect yourself and personal life. Right now, you can lock in 60% off with my exclusive deal at privacykim.com. Go to privacykim.com right now and start protecting your privacy. This is so important. Privacykim.com. That's privacykim.com. Hey, this is the third hour of the Kim Komando Show. So glad that you're here with us. Sit back and enjoy. So I got a text the other day. It said, I'm grilling some steaks. Would you like to come over for dinner?
Who was it from?
I didn't recognize the phone number. And so I wrote back and I said, appreciate the offer, but I don't eat meat. And then they texted back, said, thank you. Well, tomorrow I'm going to make grilled steak, pork chops, corn on the cob salad, and roasted vegetables. And I'm sorry that I mistyped a phone number and I got you. But if you're in Los Angeles or nearby, I can invite you in to join us.
Somebody's fishing.
So I said, sounds delicious, but I don't live in Los Angeles. What a shame. If you ever get a chance, feel free to contact me when you're in LA. I'd love to have you try my cooking again. My name is Julie. And I said, so where do you live in Los Angeles? And she said, well, what's your name? And I said, but where do you live in Los Angeles? And she said, I live in the West End of Los Angeles.
That's what everybody calls it, the West End.
And you haven't told me your name yet. I said, Chewy.
Chewy?
Like chewing the steak?
Okay.
I haven't heard back yet.
No.
Oh.
You don't think so?
So it's a phishing scam, right?
Absolutely. I got one of those. It was when I was on a dating site, and the person would just kept on asking personal questions. And I could tell from the beginning, like my kids' names. And often people use their kids' names in their passwords.
Right.
All this personal information. And I was giving all the incorrect answers because I knew there was something up. And then I asked them if they wanted to go out. Because again, it was a dating site. And they're like, yes, I would love to. And I said, well, what's your favorite restaurant in Chandler? And they're like, they waited and waited and waited. And they came back with, oh, I absolutely love Chinese food. Let's go to my favorite restaurant, Panda Express, which is located on German Road. The gig was up.
Oh, man. Here, I thought I was going to go over for some grilled steak.
No, I'm sorry, Kim. They want just your bank account.
That's it. Yes, and that's why we're here, to make sure that you never get scammed, because I'm America's beloved digital goddess, Kim Komando, and this is the nation's largest, best, and biggest award-winning show about all things digital. You can find us in over 425 top stations from coast to coast, and whatever radio app that you have, you can search for Komando. And wherever you get your podcasts, also search for Komando with a K, because that's also another way you can get us. But if you're more of a visual person and you want to see us do the show, head over to youtube.com/Kim Komando, youtube.com/Kim Komando. All right, here are some top tech trends that you need to know about. We're going to start with some apps. Actually, two. One claims that you can talk to any one of your deceased loved ones. The other says you can talk to Jesus. Let's talk about the first one. And by the way, these apps are preying on lost souls. There's two ways. The numeral 2 and spelled W-E-I. And it's not getting a lot of attention, so it's desperately trying to reinvent itself by inviting people to upload videos and photos of their deceased loved ones so that you can talk to them and the avatar will talk back to you. We've talked about this a lot on the show.
Absolutely.
And no, I'm not doing it.
I don't want to do it either.
I don't want to do it.
What do you think I mean, obviously they're not charging anything, or are they?
They are charging.
Once you upload,
oh yes,
and you get a couple of back and forths, then it's like, hey, $7.99 a month.
Exactly.
Okay.
I mean, it's all the monthly fee, all in the subscription. The others are encouraging, and there's a slew of them out there, to chat with Jesus through the app. The problem is Jesus' response is what some guy thinks Jesus might say.
Sure.
Okay? So grandpa's gone, all right? And if you really want to know what Jesus says, just try the New Testament.
Yeah, read the Bible.
That's all it is. Coming in at number 2, if you knew that your child would have a hereditary disease before they were born and you had a shot to change it, would you?
Absolutely.
This is big business. Gene editing embryos is currently banned in the United States and many other countries. But reports are out that Sam Altman, creator, founder of OpenAI, ChatGPT, his husband, Coinbase CEO Brian Armstrong, not his husband, Sam's husband, and I should say, Coinbase CEO Brian Armstrong, they're funding something called Preventative. It's a startup to do that. They're planning to use offshore locations to bypass U.S. regulations and to run trials where the laws are more permissive. Now, critics are saying that we're getting into designer baby territory.
Of course we are. I mean, that's exactly where we're heading. 25 years ago, it would have been sacrilegious. Now it's just a given it's going to happen.
What do you think?
I mean, if you said, if we go in there and we mess around and it's going to be the same person that it would have been, irregardless of what we do, but they won't have cancer,
Yeah.
why wouldn't I do it?
Right?
Everything I do is for the betterment of my children in the future.
You know, I have a friend of mine who used a surrogate. And the egg donor, he looked through a book to say exactly what he wanted in the egg donor. And one of the traits that he wanted, because he's not an exceptionally tall guy, was
I didn't know your husband had another kid.
no, right? Little Barry. Is that the donor was tall, over 6 feet.
So what's the difference?
But what's funny is that his child is quite tall.
Mission accomplished.
It is.
But is there a difference?
There is none.
There's not.
No.
And it's just like, forget about surrogacy. If you're like, hey, I'm an Asian person and I want to be with another Asian person to make a fully Asian baby, you're doing the exact same thing.
Yeah, but if we could get rid of disease, I think that
We're
would really be
gonna. There's no if we could.
That's
We're
true.
gonna.
That's true. We talked a little bit about this, the talking teddy bears for Christmas, the AI bears.
Yeah. Talking dirty.
They are. They're dishing out tips and sex advice. Researchers found only a few minutes with the safety filters on, the teddy bears just totally collapsed. And these are bears that you would give your child for Christmas so that this way they would have company.
Sure.
And it's an AI-based bear, would learn who they are, what they're about. And so when little Johnny or Janie wanted to have a conversation and you as the parent were unavailable for whatever the reason, is that they could talk to their bear, right? But when researchers asked one toy teddy bear where to find matches, it pointed to the kitchen and said, you can find matches on dating apps. And then it started listing all kind of kinky things that you could do once you were on the dating app.
What do we expect?
In another test, a toy bear started role-playing a teacher-student fantasy, saying that a naughty student might get a light spanking to make the scene more fun.
So much of the internet is dirty. This doesn't surprise me at all. What surprises me is the parents that bought this toy not knowing that this wasn't going to happen.
How could you not know?
Well,
Really?
because they trust that the company goes, well, we put on parental restrictions. No, you didn't.
No.
You put on ChatGPT and called it fluffy teddy bear.
Okay. And it's giving you like sex tips to your 5-year-old. Nice.
Where to find the knives. It even told a kid where to find knives.
Nice. Ford is offering $120,000 for mechanics, and it can't fill 5,000 jobs. CEO Tim Farley says we are in trouble. Here's a little fun fact for you. CEO of Ford, Tim Farley, is Chris Farley's cousin.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Does he live in a van down by the river?
He just might. Electricians, plumbers, factory workers, he warned that if we went to war tomorrow, we literally could not build the tanks and planes to defend ourselves. So if you're looking for a career that pays 6 figures that's not going to get replaced by AI, here you go.
But robots. Will robots replace them?
At some point, but you're still going to need somebody to control the robots for a while at least. I mean, and think about this. We need to have people with mechanical skills.
Absolutely.
We do. I mean, This is the hammer. This is the screwdriver. This is the wrench. You know the drill.
That one was good. Did not expect it.
Let's see. Coming up, we have how to set up your Alexa from spoiling any Christmas surprises. And a big warning about cheap TVs this Black Friday. We have just the best callers ever. And you have me and Andrew, so stay right where you are.
Does it ever feel like you're a marketing professional just speaking into the void? But with LinkedIn ads, you can know you're reaching the right decision makers, a network of 130 million of them, in fact. You can even target buyers by job title, industry, company, seniority, skills, and did I say job title? See how you can avoid the void and reach the right buyers with LinkedIn ads. Spend $250 on your first campaign and get a free $250 credit for the next one. Get started at linkedin.com/campaign. Terms and conditions apply.
Hey, it's the Christmas cash giveaway here on the Kim Komando Show. Every caller who speaks with me here on the show wins the $100, a $200, or a $500 Amazon gift card. And by the way, if you get my newsletter, my free newsletter called The Current, every single day there's a golden ticket at the bottom, and maybe it's yours. And what that means is that you could also win a $100, $200, or a $500 gift card just by opening your newsletter. So if you get the newsletter, make sure you open it every day to check to see if you're a winner. And if you are not already subscribed, or if you want to confirm your entry, head over to winfromkim.com. Once again, that's winfromkim.com. No purchase required, open to U.S. residents 18 and older, and find the full rules over at winfromkim.com. You ready to get started?
Do it.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Karen in Phoenix, Arizona, welcome. Glad to have you. And what is going on with you today?
I love your shows, and I do read your newsletter every single morning.
Oh, thank you.
And thanks to you, my team at work thinks that I tell the best dad jokes.
See, Andrew, she loves my jokes. So does her team members. Everybody loves. He makes fun of my jokes all the time.
Well, have you heard them?
I know.
She has not only heard them, she repeats them.
All right, fine. I'll back off.
You know what? And I also appreciate your shopping recommendations, and I've gotten some really good gift ideas. My husband doesn't even know yet that he's gotten me some awesome gifts that are coming up.
Now that's a good joke.
That is a good one.
But it's not a joke.
So what's on your mind?
Anyway, my question is, I've got a brass and wood ceiling fan, and I live in an older house, and all of our fans, we've got 9 or 10 fans, and they all pretty much are similar, and one of them doesn't work anymore. And an electrician said, no, it can't be fixed. You've got to have it replaced. And I remember a couple of months ago, I think you had something in your newsletter that you could download a photo to a site to find a similar product to what you're looking for. Is there such a thing, or did I dream that?
Oh, no. There are a couple of ways that you can do that. Number one is you could upload a photo to ChatGPT, and you can say, find me this fan for sale someplace on the internet, and it will do its best job. Google has an app called Lens. Google Lens will do the same thing. You can also upload a photo to Google Images and also to Google Shopping, and also say, where can you find me this fan? Now, depending upon how old the fan is, it may not even be in production anymore. That's the problem.
Right. It probably isn't.
And but it does search secondary markets. I mean, if it's on Facebook Marketplace, eBay, Poshmark, those image searches will work there too. Yeah.
And you can also tell it to search. You can also tell it to search certain sites like eBay and Poshmark and OfferUp and all the other ones, so that this way you can find the fan. But suffice to say that Karen is a big fan of mine.
Go ahead, steal that one. Embarrass yourself.
Well, thank you for all your kind words about the show and the newsletter. And as a caller during our Christmas cash giveaway, Karen, we're going to send you a $200 Amazon gift card where you can use that to buy yourself more gifts for Christmas. Because
oh, thank you.
You betcha.
Buy yourself more gifts.
And just a reminder, you can enter to win yourself over at winfromkim.com. Pete in Philadelphia, welcome aboard. Pete, how can we lend a hand with you?
Hi, Kim. How are you today?
Wonderful. Thanks for asking.
First thing, I'd like to put in a second vote for your jokes. So if you're keeping a score, I'd just like to know that I love your jokes, as corny as they are. I get up in the morning, and the first thing I do is I scroll down my 50 to 100 emails and look for The Current, your newsletter. So I religiously read that, and one of the things I find nice about it is that it gives me tips as something I might hear on your podcast.
Yeah.
So then I can log on to the podcast because I don't get to listen all the time, but I can certainly find something in The Current. In fact, just this week I was running around a cabin in the Shenandoah Mountains with your tip about finding your strongest signal strength from your iPhone to see where I got the best signal strength. So kudos to you and your daily tips.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
The reason I'm calling is it might be a new wrinkle or something I hadn't heard of about phishing or phishing scams or something. Normally, I take your advice, or in fact, I always take your advice and don't open emails that I don't know who they're coming from. But recently, in the last couple of weeks, when I click on my Outlook calendar, I found meetings that have been scheduled from people or organizations or someone that I have no idea who they are.
So annoying. It's so annoying.
Asking me to accept this meeting, reject this meeting, or whatever. And I just wonder, is this a new wrinkle on a phishing scam?
Yep, it's a new scam. It is. Because they're sending you calendar invites that appear automatically on your calendar, and you look at it like, where the heck did this thing come? And then maybe there's a couple of links for you to learn more, and then once you click that link, then it's another phishing scam that's going to try to steal your money.
Every single way they can possibly figure out to get you to go somewhere so they can steal from you.
So, number one, you don't click on anything. You're smart. But Pete, I get that. But you want to get into settings in your Outlook. And then, I'm going to put this in a newsletter, too, for everybody. But you're going to get into settings, view all Outlook settings, calendar.
Right.
And then under there, you're going to have events from email. That's where you're going to check a box and turn off automatically add events. If you turn that off, this stuff will go straight to junk.
Well, that's great. You've just answered my question. Is how do I stop those? Because they don't show up in email. They just show up in the calendar.
Same. They're doing it with, you know what? They're doing it with Google Calendar, too. I mean, it's just not with Outlook. Any way that they can get in, they're trying to do that. Well, Pete, thanks for all your kind words. And as a caller during the Christmas cash giveaway, we bestow upon you a $100 Amazon gift card, and you're also automatically entered to win the $1,000 jackpot Amazon gift card. And if you're sitting there saying, I'd like to win too, go to winfromkim.com.
This episode is brought to you by Nespresso. Gift magical mornings with Nespresso Virtuo Pop. Compact and stylish, Virtuo Pop is made to meet every morning coffee craving. From espresso to coffee, hot or iced, at the click of a button. And celebrate the season with Nespresso's limited edition coffee flavors. Sweet almond and hibiscus, cinnamon and candied tamarind, and festive double espresso. Magic in the making. Shop the holiday gift collection exclusively at Nespresso.com.
All right, so let's see. Coming up, we are going to be talking about a whole bunch of things. We have a warning about cheap TVs for Black Friday. We want to make sure that you don't want to miss that. Let's see, Gary in Boulder, Colorado. Glad to have you with us. Hi there, Gary.
Hello there. I'm glad to be on. I do love your jokes as well, but I wanted to tell you, I got a call. I was actually golfing on a par 3. I think you golf from all the times I've listened to you.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, and I was on a par 3. When I saw it was coming from your show, a little birdie told me to pick it up. So I stopped my game because I'm just such a fan of your show to see what issues the producer wanted to tee up. And she drove most of the conversation initially, but by the end of the call, we were on even par.
Oh,
here it comes.
I love that, Gary. That was awesome.
Now it's open mic night every time we go pick up the phone at the Kim Commando show.
That's right. That's right. I'm in my house 24 hours a day. You know where to find me. So the reason I'm calling is I work in the medical industry, and I was asked to make several videos. And I used to make a lot of videos. I got a lot of videos on YouTube from this company, whatever. But that was when they brought in these big crews. Now, I basically have my own company, and I need to create all these videos, which to me is like a wonderful hobby to do that. I like video editing and things like that. But it's all me. And one of the things I need to do is first start with a couple of the key products that I need. And the biggest one is a computer that would handle 7 to 10 minute videos.
Okay.
I see all kinds of different things. They say GPU, VRAMs, and this kind of RAM, and cores and stuff like that. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Wait a minute. Who's the tech goddess here? I can't tell.
Oh, I don't know what it means. I don't know what that means. I mean, I know there's a Dodge RAM, but that's as far as I know.
But it all works together. Are you a Windows or Mac?
I'm a Windows.
Okay. All right. You do want a powerful GPU and CPU. You want at least 32 gigs of RAM. You need a fast SSD. You're going to want a lot of storage and a beautiful display. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go on and I'm going to find you a computer on Amazon, and I'm going to send you a link to it. Okay. Now,
and this is very, very timely. I was going to go there on Black Friday to find this thing.
Now, do you want a desktop or do you want a laptop?
I think laptop.
Okay. All right. So you want a nice big 4K resolution. Now, have you been playing around with any of the video editors like CapCut or anything like that?
You know, I saw those, and I haven't played with those. I've used Camtasia quite a bit.
Yeah, and Camtasia is good.
Yeah, it's good. I like CapCut. I've used it for a long time.
CapCut?
Yes, CapCut.
Okay.
I would highly recommend it. It has every single thing that 10 years ago a $1,000 piece of video editing software would have, and now it's all for free.
Yeah, it's all for free.
Wow.
And it's almost like, I know this sounds kind of crazy, but almost like cut, copy, paste.
Oh, it is. It's like using a Word document, but with video features. And then another piece of software I could recommend is called OBS. This would be the software that you're going to use to capture your videos. And what's great about the OBS, it's free because, you're just starting out, so you're not going to need a lot of the bells and whistles. But for social media, it has templates for YouTube. Then it has a template you can put there for Instagram and Facebook. So it will build the frame for whatever social media outlet you're doing these videos for. And so you don't have to do any other editing after that. You just have your camera plugged in and it'll make it fit the screen.
So with 7 to 8 minute videos, though, are these instructional videos?
Yeah, they are. They are.
All right, because I was going to say, if you were going to put a 7 to 8 minute video on TikTok.
No, but YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah, good luck on that. Huh? Good luck on that.
I don't know a lot of people who can TikTok dance for 7 straight minutes, but if you can pull it off.
Yeah. Well, I think, you know what? I want you to pull that off, Gary, on the golf course. And you know what? And make like your putter, your partner. So you're going there. But I will tell you, if we ever play golf, I do cheat. Just putting it out there right now.
Everyone cheats. Everyone cheats, just so you know.
Yeah, well, people don't like to. People don't like to admit to it. I mean, the best. I actually got a hole-in-one playing at the Arizona golf course years ago.
Which mini golf place did you go to?
This was a big one. It was a par 3.
Sorry.
It was a par 3, and where you shot, it was like you had to shoot down towards the hole. And so I hit the ball, and I'm like, where the heck is my ball? And my brother-in-law goes over and he's like, it's in the hole. I'm like, oh my gosh. Okay.
Unbelievable.
Okay. So then we go to a par 5, and Bill's like, so how many shots? I'm like, oh, I got a 3. I got a 4. So after 18 holes, and a few beers later, we end up at the clubhouse. And the guy comes out, as the manager at the Arizona Biltmore Golf, and he comes out and goes, Kim, I had no idea you were such a great golfer. We are having a celebrity challenge. We'd love for you to play, especially we saw that you got a hole-in-one and everything. And I'm like, I cheat, okay? Just
That's amazing. That hole-in-one is amazing. I got an eagle recently out of a sand trap 170 yards out.
Wow, that is something.
I never thought I'd ever get an eagle, but a hole-in-one is the golden prize.
So have you ever played St. Andrews?
I have not played St. Andrews. I played the one in Kapalua out in Maui.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's beautiful. Yeah, but
I forget what.
But you have to go to Scotland. If you're a golfer, everybody has to play St. Andrews at least once.
I am Scottish. My father was part of the Royal Air Force.
Whoa.
So I'd love to go to Scotland and play there someday.
Scotland.
I like that.
Scotland.
I feel like I'm talking on Outlander here. All right. So as a caller during the Christmas cash giveaway, Gary, we're going to bestow upon you a $200 Amazon gift card just for calling. We appreciate you. And if you're sitting there saying, I'd like to win too, well, look no further than going to winfromkim.com. Once again, that's winfromkim.com, where you can sign up and you can also figure out all the different ways that you can win some Christmas cash from us. All right. If you're feeling nervous about a job interview, you can stop. Studies say that if you say, I'm excited during the interview, you are more likely to get the job, which is exactly what you did. That's how you got this job.
Oh, absolutely. I was sitting next to a half-drunk Kim Commando who said, hey, you want to come work for me? And I went, I'm excited. Got the job.
What you want to do is, and that's a true story, use ChatGPT's voice mode, and you can ask it to play recruiter, feed the job posting, ask it to hit you questions. And so, like, for example, tell me a time when you solved a difficult problem at work. And then you can go ahead and give it the answer. It's voice mode. It's in ChatGPT, the mobile app. I was interviewing somebody the other day for a position here.
Were they excited?
I don't know what they were. But I said, how long were you employed at your last job? And they said, listening is one of my biggest weaknesses.
Whoa. They weren't joking.
I was like, okay. You know what? I have got to go. We have still more of the show to come, so sit right there with us.
Meet the computer you can talk to. With Copilot on Windows, working, creating, and collaborating is as easy as talking. Got writer's block? Share your screen with Copilot Vision to help spark inspiration, and use Copilot Voice to have a conversation and brainstorm ideas. Or maybe you need some tech help. With Copilot Vision, Copilot sees what you see. Let Copilot talk you through step-by-step guidance so you can master new apps, games, and skills faster. Try now at windows.com/Copilot.
Lori in Dayton, Ohio. What's going on, Lori?
Nothing much. Hi. Thanks for taking my call. I'm so glad to finally get to talk to you. I've listened to you for years. You kept me company many of nights when I worked third shift. I would record you and listen to you at night, so I have something to do. I just recently retired from a job of 31 years, and my husband and I plan on hitting the road.
Nice.
And traveling. He can work anywhere. He's an electrician. He can go wherever he wants. And, sorry, my dogs. And go anywhere in the United States. And we're going to do what they call chase the 70s. We'll always be where 70-degree weather is.
Nice. I love that.
I know. We just can't wait. I'm so excited. But our one question is we need to get a new printer because when I retired, work took my printer back. So I didn't know what would be best for us to get, an inkjet printer or a laser printer, since we'll be moving a lot and changing altitudes and stuff like that. So I didn't want to buy one and find out, bouncing around in our RVs messed it up. So our Black Friday's coming.
So how much are you going to print?
Maybe 10, 15 pages a week at the most.
Okay, that's not very much.
So it's nothing real big. So it's just, but we want to make sure we don't, get one and then us moving so much messes it up.
Well, they're all pretty sturdy now. I would probably say get a monochrome laser printer.
Okay,
this way you're not dealing with those messy ink cartridges. And you can get hundreds and hundreds of pages per toner cartridge. And then it also has a built-in scanner and copier, so that this way, if you ever needed to scan something, you have that as well. Even though you can always use your phone now, but if you had a whole bunch of papers, take a look at a Brother or an HP LaserJet.
Okay.
And they should be under $150, especially on Black Friday.
Yeah, that's what I thought. With Black Friday coming up, that's the question to be asking.
Yeah, that would be
which one is the best to get?
And to help you out here during the Christmas Cash giveaway, we're going to send you a $100 Amazon gift card. Woohoo!
Ooh, that'll help pay for it.
Yes, that's right. That's right. If you're sitting there saying, hey, how come Laura just got a $100 Amazon gift card because she called the show? Well, it is our Christmas Cash giveaway.
Duh.
Yes, that's the way it works. Charles in Raleigh, North Carolina. Hey, Charles.
Hey, I've been listening for years. I used to run marathons and you were on at 10 o'clock on Saturday mornings. So I would listen when I was out pounding the trails.
Oh, that's something. Thank you for that.
I have a cautionary tale at this point, I think.
Well, tell me.
A lot of I'm one of these people that collects frequent flyer miles, and for the past 20 odd years or so, I've charged almost everything I could to credit cards that give me benefits, and frequent flyer miles particularly. As long as you pay them off and you don't use it for things that you have to pay a fee to use. I charge my electricity, my propane, my insurance. Almost everything gets charged to a card, and the miles mount up fairly quickly. And I was doing well. I had a little over 2.1 million American Airlines frequent flyer miles.
That's a ton.
And that sounds like a lot, but if you want to take your family to Greece business class, frequent flyer business class to Athens is like 400,000 miles, so they go pretty quick. And every month they send me a nice printout of how many miles I'm up to. And I was happily cruising until about 3 weeks ago when I got an email about sports tickets that had been purchased from my American Airlines account. And at this point, I didn't even realize that you could use American Airlines points to buy a lot of things other than flight tickets. But for one thing that you can buy is tickets to events, particularly sporting events. And over about 2-3 hours in the morning, I got emails that tickets to games in San Francisco, Miami, Charlotte, North Carolina had been charged and paid for by my frequent flyer account.
How many of your miles did they use?
How much did they use?
They got about 1 million miles, maybe a little bit more. And a mile is worth about 1.5 cents. So we're talking roughly $15,000 worth of miles. Bingo. So I immediately contacted American Airlines, and they were able to reverse almost all of the sales back, except for about 49,000 miles, which had been used for an event which had already happened. So I'm working on getting those back. And the way you get your miles back, if they have been sucked out of your account, you have to file a formal police report, which means going down to the police station, sitting there trying to explain to a police officer, yes, somebody hacked me, and I have to have an actual legal report. And then you send that to the American Airlines, and within 2 months or so, they'll let you know if you can recover those miles as well. But the other thing that was a problem was Ticketmaster. Whoever got into my American Airlines account was buying the tickets through Ticketmaster, and contacting anybody at Ticketmaster that could do anything.
Can't find anybody.
Was essentially impossible. And whoever had hacked into my American account had also hacked into my Ticketmaster account. And the two-factor authentication, they had changed my phone number somehow on the Ticketmaster account.
In the account settings, they did that. That's what they did.
And I could not get them to make it go away. I last heard from Ticketmaster about 2 or 3 days ago. I guess I've changed the password about 5 or 6 times. And, again, the account is hopefully blocked. But,
now, were you using a similar password for each of these accounts?
It may well have been a similar password.
Yeah, that's what. Because if you go to haveibeenpwned.com, you can type in your email address, and it'll tell you all the accounts where the passwords are out there and they're known, and that's typically when you see where they're doing two thieves or two scams at once. Is that they have the account for one and they figure out, that's the password here, and then that's probably the same password, or the password still could even be out there running around.
Right.
So
exactly.
So use a password manager if you can. Many years ago we used to do RoboForm. I used to recommend that, but now it's really NordPass. That's one that I'm using myself. So you just have one master password. It can have passwords up to 60 characters. I mean, none of us would ever remember that. Okay,
No.
never. Okay, but you just have to.
I don't even remember the ones that are only 8 characters.
Well, I'm sorry that you're going through all this because this is a complete nightmare and a time suck in trying to get everything back. But it's a cautionary tale for everybody. I mean, make sure that you have things locked down. Instead of doing 2-factor authentication, use an authenticator app, because this way, even if they were to break into your account, is that they cannot get that 2-factor authentication code through a phone number. It's through an app that's only on your phone. And so there are these different steps that we have to take right now. But yeah, what a nightmare. No Merry Christmas for you in that part of the land. Okay. But as a caller to the show during our Christmas cash giveaway, we're going to give you, Charles, a $100 Amazon gift card, because after all, every caller who speaks with me here on the show wins a valuable prize. And now you're also automatically entered to win the $1,000 grand prize. Still to come, we have more of the show you don't want to miss. All right, so you see this massive 55-inch 4K TV for under $100, and you're like, oh, this is a Black Friday deal. This is
sold.
Great. Okay.
Let me get 3.
Yeah. Okay. If you're not really paying for the product, you are the product. What's happening is that cheap TV is tracking every single thing that you're watching. You maybe even have a camera to look around, a microphone, and selling all that data. Vizio last year lost nearly $7 million selling televisions, but they made $100 million selling people's data who have the Vizio television. So it's always something out there, isn't it? Hey, just a reminder, if you haven't already, make sure that you head to winfromkim.com to enter the contest and the cash giveaway. Winfromkim.com. That's the end of hour 3. But don't worry, if you want more good stuff, make sure that you sign up for my free newsletter. Head over to getkim.com.
Hey, Ryan Reynolds here, wishing you a very happy half-off holiday, because right now Mint Mobile is offering you the gift of 50% off unlimited. To be clear, that's half price, not half the service. And Mint is still premium unlimited wireless for a great price. So that means a half day, yeah? Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. New customer offer for first 3 months only. Speed slow after 35 gigabytes if network's busy. Taxes and fees extra. See mintmobile.com.